Good morning. Uh, Captain Bill here, Yacht Operations Unlimited. We're going to do an splice and hollow core polypropylene line. We want to first give a special shout out to all the friends at the Harbor Hood at Boot Key Harbor, and then especially out there for pizza money, my best supporters we got. Anyhow, we're going to use, this is 1/4 inch polypropylene. It's a floating line. This is hollow core, and it's 8 strands. 8 strands weaving in and out, hollow core. What's awesome about this type of line is it floats. Awesome to be used as a painter for a dinghy or a throw line for a life ring. If you have it behind your dinghy and there's slack gets between you and your dinghy, this line will float. It's harder for it to get sucked into the prop. So, without further ado, let's get to splicing. So this is, like I said, 1/4 inch polypropylene line, and there's the rule of 71. You want to bury 71 times the diameter of your line. Seeing that this is 1/4 inch, we multiply, or we take 1/4 actually of 71 inches, and we come up with 18. So I've already pre-marked this 18 inches. This is how much of the line that we have to bury, put into the tail. So what we're going to do is we get a general idea of our eye size, what we want, and we're here. So we're going to put the end through. We want to go all the way through on the first tuck, and we open the line up a little bit. We put a fid through. You don't really need a fid. I like it. Make sure you don't catch any extra strands. And we want to count 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That means we're in the middle. It's 8 strand. There's 4 on this side. There's 4 on the other. This is one of the easiest lines I like to splice. So now we take our tail, and we're going to form our eye. It's that simple. Come through. Now there's what we want to do. We want to bury all of this into the core. Now what's different in this situation is we just put the tail end through here. We have to put the running end through as a lock hitch. That'll lock everything in place. So if this is a say 20-foot line, we're going to be feeding 20 feet through here. I'm using a shorter line so you get an idea. But now we put the fid, instead of running the fid through this working line, we're going to run it through the tail line above our bearing mark. So we're going to open her back up. Am I blocking everything off? And we're going to put through. And let's see, do I got 4? 1, 2, 3. Nope, I'm missing one. I'm going to pull back through and catch the next one. 4. Now I have 4 strands. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know if you can see that well. I can't really zoom up on it. All right. So now we're going to take the running line, all 25 foot, supposedly, and we're going to feed it through. That's going to lock everything. I'm going to flip it over so we're back in the same perspective of what we were looking at. So now we have our eye. We took the tail, we ran it through. Then we ran the running line through the tail. And now to finish off, we have to bury the 18 inches of the tail into the running line. So we're going to open up the running line, and we're going to get our fit and go in. And now we're going to run it through the core. I should have measured this out because I want to make sure I'm more than 18 inches when I come out, which is down here. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to take this tail and give me a minute. I'm going to get a piece of tape and tape this on there and make it a little bit easier so we don't lose it. So if I'm going to ever tape to my fid, I like to use painter's tape. It's a low stick. That way it doesn't leave any sticky residue on my fid when I'm done. So we're going to tape this to the fid. Hopefully that helps it stay on there. All right, now we're going to run through. Pushing up through. Working it nice and easy. I'm going to come out at my 18-inch mark. And you see how we're scrunching it all up. It's getting all scrunched up. We untape. And now we let that pull that in. Now we're all nice and neat. And then we milk the cover, and that buries the tail in there. That's all it takes. And now we have our eye with 18 inches of tail buried in the core, in the cover. And this is extremely strong. As you pull on it, it does like those Chinese handcuffs type things, and it keeps that from coming out. Very handy use. So, like I said, we use that splice on lines for dinghies, painter lines. We can use it for life rings, etc. And anything that we want to float, or we want the line to float if it gets in the water, so we don't wrap it up in our props, and it's easy to find and see on the surface. One problem with the polypropylene line is it's not stretchy. There isn't a lot of stretch in this. So if you're tying your boat up with something like this, it's a really rigid when it hits the waves, or the waves hit your dinghy. It's really rigid. But when you're towing, you have that tension there, and it's nice if you get the slack in the line. This will float. All right, I hope you found this all interesting. I hope everybody has a great, happy Thanksgiving, and a special shout out to Pizza Money out there in Boot Key Harbor. Everybody have a great Thanksgiving day. Captain Bill signing off.